Hi guys, this is Mosh. Welcome back to another one. If you're new here, click on that subscribe button. If you want to see my daily updates, what I'm buying, selling, any information or updates, go check out my Instagram page, and there's a lot of things to learn on there as well. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys my ISA Invest account from Trading 212. I do have a normal Invest account, but when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll show you guys that account. There's a lot of stuff happening there. I'm going to show you guys what I had invested on the 28th of August and what I've got invested right now, which is the 22nd of September, so you can see the difference. And I'll explain the reasoning for why I invested in something and why I sold something, and go through my reasons behind that. This video is not financial advice, it's just for entertainment purposes only, so take what you can from this video. I'll start off with my ISA account for the 28th of August, and you can see one of my very first investments in alphabetical order is AA. Now the reason why I invested in AA is because I think it's a really good investment. The used car market always does very well on a recession, and generally when people get used cars they need the breakdown cover, and AA is one of the top ones along with RAC, and as you can see it's up 40%, so it's already doing really well. I think it will carry on doing even better in about a year or two's time. Now my ISA account is purely for long-term investment. Short-term investments I do in my CFD accounts, you know, daily or weekly trades or even monthly. Anything more than 6 months I put into my ISA account or my Invest account that I'm going to hold on to. Unless something significant happens, then I sell and buy something else. All right, Aviva is an insurance company. Now, recently they gave out dividends 6p per share, so it's not bad. So again, I think that's another one that has a lot of growth potential. It took a massive hit during the coronavirus downturn. Barclays, as you can see, it's at 5%. The banking sector is a bit of a weird one. I mean, banks generally do recover, but it takes a longer while. It might take like a couple of years for Barclays to recover, but that's one I might sell out very soon. All right, you can see Boohoo as well. That got hit by a scandal, which wasn't really a scandal, and you can see it's up 30%. I wish I bought a lot more shares. I should have done at the time, but I wasn't sure what's going to come out of the scandal. But it wasn't Boohoo's fault. It was in terms of the supply and distribution. Another warehouse doing dodgy things and underpaying the workers. The only reason I've got BP, I think BP is one of those companies that are going to die out in 10-20 years unless they reinvent themselves, because it is a fossil fuel company. So that I'm going to try and get out as quickly as I can. Currently the dividends are very good, so I'm just holding on to those just purely for the dividends. BT is a one that I think has potential for good growth, some decent growth, and they pay decent dividends. They have recently gone into the entertainment industry, so I think they'll do pretty well there, especially the football that they've got on. Centrica, again, another sort of fossil fuel company that I'm going to try and sell out soon, but as you can see, there's not much in it, and it's up 13%. Remember, this is for the 28th of August. When I show you my current 22nd of September, you'll see what has happened to those stocks. CLS Holdings is basically a company that owns properties around the UK and Europe, and they basically get rent, and from that rent you get paid dividends. So again, I might invest a bit more, but I'm holding on now because I think the whole working from home, businesses letting go of office leases, that might have a big impact. So I'm waiting for another big drop. Coca-Cola is the next one. Again, it's a multinational company. I'm going to keep on buying a lot more Coca-Cola shares, especially when the drop happens, because they pay very good dividends. I think the last dividend they paid was around 3.2%. Now the potential of growth is minimal for Coca-Cola. It's not really a growth company because they're already massive as it is. But I think just purely for the dividends, it's a good investment. All right, I've got Countryside Properties. Again, another UK company that build houses, most of the time residential houses around the UK. I'm going to probably hold that for about a year. I'm going to wait till the property market and the construction market recovers a little bit and sell that out. Greencoat UK Wind. I'm going to keep buying a lot more of these shares because the future is electric, and obviously wind power is a key sector for the future of the UK. So this company I'm going to keep buying more and more, and they do pay a decent dividend as well. I recently got dividend payments, I can't remember how much. Right, the next one we have on the list is Halfords Group. Now they repair used cars and service used cars. So again, it goes back to the reason buying AA. The used car market always does very well in a recession. So that's one I'm going to hold on to, and they pay a decent dividend as well. All right, the next one is HSBC. Now, if you've been reading the news, there's a recent scandal coming out in the banking sector, and HSBC is on the top of the list. So when I show you my current ISA account for the 22nd of September, you will see what's happened to HSBC. It is taken a massive hit. So hopefully, if the price does go up, I'm going to try and get out of HSBC. Next on the list, we have Intel. Intel is a little bit uncertain at the moment, but I think they'll do okay. But as again, I've got a diversified portfolio, which I think is important to have. It's one of those that I'll see what happens with. But as I said, I don't really have much invested in Intel. Next on the list, we have iShares Global Clean Energy ETF. This I'm going to keep on buying every single month. I'm going to keep buying because it's all about clean energy, solar, wind. Future is electric. So I think this is really one to watch. Mitie Group, they're part of the services sector in the UK. You might have seen them around doing security at certain shops, transporting like people from hospitals, stuff like that. They do have big contracts with the government. So again, they took a big hit, but their profit margins are looking still quite healthy. So again, I'm going to keep investing in that. Next on the list is Neo Inc. Remember, this is for the 28th of August. Now, if you're a Trading 212 user and if you've been in the community, there was a massive issue. They're not allowed to be part of UK ISAs. So Trading 212, they basically forced everyone to sell their Neo Inc. shares and then rebuy. So that caused a bit of an issue, but as you can see, at that time when I bought it, it's at 40%. However, I do have a lot more Neo Inc. shares in my invest account, and when I hit the 10k subscribers, I'll show you my full invest account, and there is a few big surprises in there. Next we have Pearson's. It's a UK-based educational company. They, for exams and textbooks and things like that. Powerhouse Energy, I'm not going to talk about. It's just converting waste into electricity, and you can see I don't really have much in there anyway. Next, we have SPDR, S&P UK High Dividend. This one I'm going to try and get out of because a lot of companies have cut the dividends, and the growth in terms of this ETF is not very high, and it's not much, so I'm going to try and get out of that. Telefonica is the next one, and again, this is one I'm going to try and keep buying more and more shares of because I think their growth is massive. They do mobile networks around Europe, South America, so they're a massive company, and I think the potential growth, especially with 5G coming, is very high for them. Next, we have Vanguard FTSE All World. So that's basically the top companies around the world, and you're putting it in ETF. So it's not bad. Again, I'll probably buy more of that. Another ETF from Vanguard I have is FTSE All World High Dividend Yield. Again, I'm going to keep on putting more money into that as time goes by. One of my favorite ones and my biggest holding, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. That every single month I'm going to put money in because the annual rate of return is high. I done a video on this. If you want to check it out, I'll link it in the description below. And last on the list is Wells Fargo, a US banking company. Again, that's one I'm going to try and get out as soon as the price increases. I'm going to try and sell the shares in that and invest in something else because I think the banking sector, there's too much uncertainty, and really the outcomes of the coronavirus, we're not sure what it is yet. Okay, now this is my ISA account for the 22nd of September, and a lot has happened this week. There was a massive sell-off and a lot of things happened in the banking sector as well. So again, you can see AA is still 46%. Aviva, the insurance company, is increased slightly. Boohoo is around that 30% mark. BP has gone down to minus 21%. BT, again, is still in the red slightly. Centrica has gone down as well. CLS Holdings, slight decrease. Coca-Cola, it was up, but due to this week and the massive sell-off, it's gone down. Countryside Properties has increased from what it was from the 28th of August. Again, Greencoat is something I'm buying more and more of. You can see Halfords has increased to 15% from what it was from the 28th of August. Now, as you can see from the previous list, Barclays is missing. So what I did, I sold all my Barclays shares and I bought into Hammerson's. Hammerson's is a building company and it owns a lot of real estate around the UK. Really iconic buildings. Now, the reason why I bought into this, they had a massive drop and it dropped even further. You can see it's down 29% from the price I bought it at. And the reason why I bought Hammerson's, because I think they'll recover, and even if they don't, they hold a lot of assets. They hold about 7 billion in assets. So if another company comes along and buys them out, that should increase the share price as well. HSBC minus 21%. Again, it got hit by the banking scandal this week. So I'm hoping as soon as the increase happens, I'm going to try and sell out and invest in something else. Intel still there. iShares, every single week this is increasing, and I think in 5, 10, 15 years time this is going to be a lot higher, easily double the price. You can see Mitty Group and Pearson has gone down. Powerhouse, that's irrelevant anyway, I've not got much on there. Telefonica, I've still got shares in and I'm going to aim to keep buying more. I bought Tesla as well. So from the Barclays, half the money I put into Hammerson's, the other half I put into Tesla. I bought 1.5 shares and you can see it's up 32%. I still think it's overinflated. Tesla, I'm going to sell out when it enters the S&P 500 because I think there'll be a massive rally when it does enter. So I'm going to sell out then and then hopefully rebuy when the drop happens. Or I might not rebuy, I'm not sure. Tesla is one of those where I think the cars are outdated in terms of the way they look. A lot of the big companies are now going fully electric. I'm not really a big Tesla fan. You can see all the ETFs took a hit this week as well. But again, still in the positive, so not bad. And every time there's a dip, the way I see it is an opportunity to buy. And Wells Fargo took a little bit of a dip. Again, that's one I'm hoping to sell as soon as the share price increases. What I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to do a monthly portfolio update so you can see what I'm invested in, what's happened. Personally, with the invest accounts and the ISA accounts, I don't worry about too much if a drop has happened or a peak has happened. Because for me, generally, it's long term. I look at it sort of 5-10 years time, what I'm going to do. So the market's always going to fluctuate. It's always going to go up and down. As you can see, from the 28th of August to the 22nd of September, just less than a month, so much has happened. And you can see the drops and the peaks. But I don't really concern myself with too much in terms of the ISA and invest account. For me, it's always a long-term game, 5, 10, 15, 20-year game. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go like and subscribe, as this allows me to see what you guys enjoy and what type of content you guys want to see.